far more significant in my mind than this one. Like, so for me, whenever he introduced me saying that I'm from it, I feel insulted. I'm like, why the fuck is he introducing me? Is that the only important thing in my life? So anyway, leave them. So one is I built the first unmanned aerial vehicle of IIT Madras. I also built an incubation center in college that is a source of startups worth I think about $4 or $5 billion now. This is just in a 10-year span. So I graduated in 2010. That lab was set up by me and my team at the time, and a bunch of like my seniors also did work. That is second thing, and then also I spent a lot of time doing yoga and meditation. That is probably I did like enormous. I would have spent like maybe 7,000-8,000 hours on that. So that is one thing, and because I even as a teenager I used to manage a 150-member team. So I know some sense of So if you want to manage a team, you can do two things. One, you can manage the tasks, or you can manage the minds of the team. So if you manage the minds of the team, your job will become easy. If you manage the tasks, you are always busy. So the insights that I'm talking about sort of also come from the other backgrounds that I have, and not just my own preparation of my exams. That's the reason I told you is maybe if you have something else that is bothering you, you can follow that.
Ravi, they have to get to 50 per subject. In general, with their preparation, including all the things that could go wrong, they can get to 40. Now, one is getting to 40, and if they leverage on the group resources, you see the level of access they have to others' preparation resources. 10 is a bonus, but that requires some level of effort to receive what is happening around. So these are the two aspects. How can they get to 40, and how can they extract the remaining 10 without doing anything? Because by leveraging on others' preparation are the general things which happen here. So you should ask a question based on one of these things. It should either help you get to 40, or it should either help you get those additional bonus marks of joining a residential mentorship at HLS. So a question, think through what is a bigger concern for you or what is difficult for you, and ask a question based on that.
Are all of you good at the same subjects?
Not actually.
That's something that you can leverage on each other. Because this is not a ranked exam, right? You clearing won't make any difference to the other persons. Like, you don't need to do RG. So RG is basically little reading. So that's I don't know how to do that, but then I don't even know if you should spend time doing that. But that's an area of opportunity to look at. Especially if you're really bad at one subject compared to other subjects, and somebody else is really good at it compared to, then you can sit and see what you can do in terms of scoring better. That's a simple low-hanging fruit for you to grab.
So Rupa, which is your bigger concern, getting to 40 or 40 to 50?
So I didn't get the question.
Getting to 40, scoring 40 in a paper, or the aggregate 40 to 50, the additional 10 marks which you have to get to the aggregate, which is a bigger concern for you right now?
40 to 50 is the concern.
You're sure about getting 40s? Okay, so how can she leverage the group work to improve her?
So maybe each of you tell out of the subjects that you are studying which subject are you scoring well consistently. Maybe just say it out loud.
AFM.
AFM.
I did not start.
Oh, you didn't study?
She discussed it.
Okay.
AFM.
See, then that is the subject in this. Okay, go to the.
But that's because you've done it properly for 10 days.
Oh, now. Acha. What about the second tier one? Or next one? Actually, they only studied 3 subjects, right? It won't make sense. So,
No, see, I'll tell you, this is interesting because now all of them believe some magic happened in AFM. So not just the girls, like the guys also. And it happened so well and so seamlessly that no matter what they do in the subsequent cycles, the reference point on a relative scale is low. Now AFM is like one single book. It's like 15 chapter book. In terms of the quantity, the rest 2 papers are 3x and 4x.
Oh.
They're not able to understand that fundamental. And AFM, you can break down the syllabus and you can do something about it. So they're like constantly worried about the other paper is not happening in the way AFM happened or something like that. Forever, even if they sit forever on other papers, they will never get there. So they're wasting some mental maintenance on things that are actually hard. Now, audit is actually hard. It's not about them. So all of this is slightly creating some friction in the preparation. That is exactly what I wanted to address.
Okay. What do you think you can do to increase the margin of safety? The margin of error. It's actually called margin of safety. You must have read that, right? In investing, they call it. Is it part of the CS?
Yeah, AFM, if they read it properly.
So you must have heard of the word called margin of safety, right? When you invest in a company, you can make enough mistakes that the investment is still good. So similarly, your preparation of margin of safety, what is it that you can do from an overall group perspective to increase the margin of safety, thereby increasing the probability? So individually, what do you think you can do? Or maybe think about it and tell me, like, for you. It need not be about subject. It could be the biggest hurdle that will change. For me at that time was this switching was the biggest improver of margin of safety, which I didn't do when I was studying. So now that this is there, you will have the next level of hurdle that you can tweak to get better, right? Beyond just like studying intensely or increasing the time. What is the next hurdle that is? Why are you scoring 70 marks, 80 marks per subject? Or maybe 90 marks? I don't know how hard it is or how easy it is. But yeah. Or I don't even know if it's worth it. That's a different thing.
No, one of the things which I notice about CS students in general.
When you start speaking, they will stop thinking because you're taking the pressure of time.
Anam, go ahead.
Sir, I guess increasing the speed and intensity will improve my preparation. Because sir, we are getting a certain targets for daily. I am able to achieve 70 to 75%. But sir, I want to achieve the targets and then revise it once. So why that is not happening? I think the speed is still low for me.
The learning speed.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Why can't I revise the portions once after doing on the same day? So that is not being achieved.
So for that, you have to do something.
Yes, sir.
You have to. You would be doing it through question after question, right? That's how you're
Yes.
hitting. That's how your targets are set. I'm guessing. Do these 3 chapters of questions. So okay. Now when that is the case, what you have to do is you have to have a little bit of self-reflection on each of the questions. Let's say you sit down and study a particular question. One is see the time it takes. Okay. One is of course you're getting distracted. Don't try to stop getting distracted. Get distracted and come back. Okay. If you stop getting distracted, if you see after some time, you start losing breath. I don't know if you've noticed. You feel like you are forcing yourself. It's okay, just get distracted, but come back with it. That's all. So that's one thing. And second thing is in terms of speed. Okay. There is I can walk you through some kind of corollary. So is it part of your okay? There is no chance that you read journal papers, right? Generally, are there journal papers? There must be, right? Research papers and so. No. You should speak, otherwise I will also sit silently. I know how to sit for 3 hours without speaking, or without even opening my eyes. No, right? Okay. But you would have seen this thing, right? Do you guys read novels? Novels. You read novels at a much faster rate than this one, right? So one thing is the density of learning is very high in things. So in some subjects, and density of learning is very low in some subjects. For instance, the best example I can give on that is we used to have a subject called quantum mechanics. It was so hard. I remember after some time class, I asked a question in the class. It was a big class, 400 class. The professor asked if everybody understood the question.